YouTube!
How's it going, YouTube?
It's Pika!
And Chrome Shadow.
And welcome to the second part of our Memorial Day double feature.
If you haven't seen our first video yet, comic book movies we are not excited for, click the link in the description below and check it out before you see this one.
It's really good.
Especially if you like watching me getting punched in the arm.
Oh, shut up, you big baby.
Spousal abuse!
So this is comic book movies that we are excited for.
I think it's broke.
Deadpool.
Release date February 12th, 2016. I love me some Deadpool, the assassin with the extreme healing factor that allows him to survive pretty much anything.
Yeah, the Merc with the Mouth is pretty popular with comic book fans these days and is a symbol in nerd culture.
Yep, and finally he gets his own movie. Deadpool's first time on the big screen seems like it's going to be pretty fun based on the test footage we saw. Link in the description below.
Wait, this is Deadpool's first movie?
Yep.
But what about this? And this?
Nope. I don't know what those were. In fact, if Days of Future Past has taught me anything, those movies never existed.
Ooh, do you think Pandapool is going to be in this movie?
Well, Pandapool only appeared in one comic book series, and I doubt they'd start with Deadpool kills Deadpool, but it's possible. Honestly, little is known about the Deadpool movie. I mean, we know barely anything about the plot.
And we don't know who the villain is? I know some people and Chrome would like to see it be Taskmaster, but we don't know anything because they haven't released any information yet.
Hey, as long as it's better than a Deadpool video game, I'll be happy.
Captain America 3, Civil War. Release date, May 6th, 2016. This is gonna be so good!
Alright, calm down, Pika. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, this movie is gonna be awesome, even if they only use 10% of the comic book storyline.
Now we are going to be very vague about the story, because we don't know what, if anything, they put in the movie from the comic series.
My main question is, what, if any, part is Spider-Man going to play in the movie? If you've read Civil War, you know how important he is to the story.
And we definitely recommend this comic series.
All we know for sure is that Spider-Man is in the movie.
Not that Spider-Man. Now we also know that this movie is going to put Captain America and Iron Man against each other, presumably over the Registration Act, brought about by the events of Age of Ultron.
But that's really all we know for sure. That, and we will be seeing this movie on its release date.
Suicide Squad.
Release date, August 5th, 2016.
Well, Chrome, you're more excited for this than I am.
Oh, come on, Pika. This is going to be the best movie to come out of DC in a long time.
Yeah, I guess that's true. What was the last one? The Dark Knight?
Right, but this is a group of villains controlled by a governing force whose job it is to fight other supervillains and monsters just to lessen their prison sentences.
Well, yeah, that's all well and good, but they ruined the Joker when they made him look like a Hot Topic manager.
Well, yes, he does look like the lead singer of a Screamo band, but you don't know what he's going to bring to the Joker character.
Probably some emo love songs.
What did everyone say when Heath Ledger became the new Joker? Who was that guy from A Knight's Tale? But he revolutionized the character, and he became my personal favorite Joker.
Okay, I'll give you that. But is this going to be DC's Avengers? Because it's pretty weak casting if it is.
No, I don't think this is going to be DC's equivalent of the Avengers. But I do think it's going to be the equivalent of Guardians of the Galaxy.
So it's going to be quirky and fun?
Well, no. DC isn't known for its comedy. Remember Man of Steel?
Not a single joke in sight.
DC takes its comics very seriously. But it has Joker and Harley in it. And you have to work really hard to mess up a movie with these two.
Alright, I see your point. But if it sucks, we're totally doing a video about it.
You got that right.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, release date May 5th, 2017. Yay, Groot!
Yes, definitely one of the most fun movies I've seen in a long time, and a great movie overall.
I'm so excited for this movie, I can't even wait!
If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 1, then what are you doing? After this video, go get your hands on a copy and watch it. There's a little more to say than if you want a fun movie, this is the one for you.
You don't even have to know anything about comic books to love this movie. Just sit down and enjoy.
And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is set up to answer a lot of the questions that Guardians of the Galaxy 1 presented. Here's a list of some of those questions.
Will Groot get back to his full form?
What's going to happen with the Gem of Power?
What shenanigans are we going to see Star-Lord in?
Will Thanos be in this movie?
What's going to happen to the city that's holding the Gem of Power?
And most importantly, who is Star-Lord's father?
I actually have a theory about who Star-Lord's father is. Do you mind if I tell him?
Okay, but it's the one I'm thinking of. I'm going to have to do something, and you're not allowed to punch me.
I understand. It's fine.
Spoilers! If you don't want information revealed to you about Guardians of the Galaxy, Thanos, or Star-Lord in general, please skip ahead to this time.
At the end of the movie, we find out a few things. 1. Star-Lord is half human, half something else. Something ancient, as the movie says. 2. He was kidnapped, and he's supposed to be delivered back to his father. 3. He can control the Gem of Power, if only for a little bit, with no assistance from anyone else. I propose to you that Star-Lord is the son of the Mad Titan Thanos, and here's why. Thanos can hold the Gem of Power. Thanos is really old, and Thanos can survive in space. Therefore, based on the information we currently have, he's the most logical option in the MCU.
Wow, Pika, I forget how logical you could be when you want to.
Are you saying I'm not logical, you jerk?
Ah, get in with the arm.
You can't be mad at me.
And why is that?
I am Groot.
No, Pika, we are Groot.
Thor Ragnarok. Release date July 28th, 2017. Thor, he's so dreamy with his muscles and his giant hammer.
So, Thor's your kind of guy?
You gotta admit he's hot.
I don't gotta admit nothing. I don't know anything about no lady eye candy. But if you want to talk about sexy, let's talk about Black Widow.
Alright, let's just talk about Thor.
Well, I'm gonna be honest here. Thor is my least favorite of the Avengers. Let me explain. From a storytelling aspect, he's just not as interesting as, say, Iron Man or Captain America. He's just too overpowered.
So, like Superman?
Exactly. In fact, there are some parallels between Superman and Thor. They're both cocky, overpowered, and godlike on Earth.
But doesn't that make them, like, awesome?
Yeah, except for it's hard to build any tension during a fight scene when they're around, because you know whatever the team is facing, they're just gonna kick its ass.
So what does this have to do with Ragnarok?
Well, for the first time I feel like Thor's in some real danger. I mean, this is a situation where any superhero would be in trouble, even Superman. Which is better than the first movie where the most dangerous thing was Natalie Portman's driving.
Doesn't this lead up to another movie?
Yes, it does.
And what movie's that?
Well, that movie would be
Avengers Infinity War, Part 1. Release date May 4th, 2018.
Oh boy, the big daddy of Marvel movies. I can't wait for this one.
What we've been building up the whole MCU for.
Now actually, this story should encompass 2 comic book stories. Infinity Wars and Infinity Gauntlet, which is possibly the reason for the Part 1 and the Part 2.
Speaking of that, we really do recommend that you pick up these comics to read. Even if you've never read a comic before in your life, they really are some great stories.
We're actually predicting now that this is going to be an amazing movie, and it'll take the top grossing movie of all time slot away from Avatar, only to be lost the next year to Infinity Wars Part 2.
Now getting back to the story in the movie itself, first thing you have to know is who the main villain really is. Thanos, the Mad Titan.
That's right. And there are some people here on YouTube that'll spend 30 plus minutes explaining who Thanos is, using every comic book appearance he's ever made.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have that kind of time. So we did leave a link down in the description to someone that we both enjoy.
His name is Eris Quinones, and he does variant comics here on YouTube. Go over there and give him a like and let him know that the couple of nerds sent you.
What we want to tell you about Thanos is, he's the scariest villain you will ever see in any movie, especially this story.
Thanos is the Titan that wants to destroy all living beings in the universe, just to impress his Lady Love. Lady Death, that's right, the embodiment of Death herself is his girl.
He's seeking out the Infinity Gems so he can make the Infinity Gauntlet.
That's the glove that you saw at the end of Avengers 2.
Well, that's all we really want to tell you about Thanos. We don't want to give away too many details, but we will revisit this topic closer to the movie's release.
All we have to say is this movie is going to set the stage for the rest of Stage 3 and the beginning of Stage 4.
Those were the comic book movies that we were excited for.
We hope you enjoyed watching our double feature as much as we enjoyed making it.
Make sure to check out the sister video to this one, comic book movies we are not excited for. Link will be in the description below.
And we also want to let you know we do have an official upload schedule. We will now be uploading a new episode of Couple of Nerds every Sunday. Rain, shine, or Sharknado.
but that doesn't mean we're only going to upload once a week. I know I have some ideas I'd like to try, and Chrome does as well.
And in case you want to know ahead of time what you're going to be viewing that Sunday, every Wednesday evening we are going to be tweeting the title of the next Couple of Nerds video along with a brief description. So to get the inside info, you got to follow us on Twitter. Links in the description below.
And to make sure you don't miss any episode of Couple of Nerds or any of our extra content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our Nerd Nation.
And while you're joining our nation, why don't you go ahead and high-five that like button. Like that. And until next week, guys, I'm Chrome Shadow.
And I'm Pika.
And we're
a couple of nerds.